Happening now, Governor Hochul urges caution for Thanksgiving travel. And U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand is calling on the DEA to reschedule marijuana. Plus, Chautauqua County embraces Small Business Saturday.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us, Western New York News Now. I'm Lee Kane Jr. Those stories and more are coming up, but first, on the evening of November 16, 2023, at approximately 7:13 p.m., Lakewood Bus-Dye Police responded to reports of a larceny in progress at a local business in the Lakewood area. Upon their arrival, officers identified and apprehended Brandon R. Hogg, 33 years old, who was attempting to leave the premises with stolen merchandise valued at $293.82. Hogg had successfully passed all points of sale within the store before being intercepted by law enforcement. Subsequently, he was charged with petite larceny. The stolen items were recovered, and Hogg is scheduled to appear in the town of Bus-Dye Court to address the charges at a later date. While in other news, on November 19, 2023, at 10 a.m., officers from the 1st Platoon apprehended 26-year-old Jamestown resident Skylar S. Coleman for criminal trespass in the 3rd degree after he was observed exiting a vacant house on the east side of the city. Authorities became aware of the situation when officers on patrol noticed an unidentified male leaving a vacant property. Swift action was taken and Coleman was detained for questioning. Subsequent identification revealed him to be Skylar S. Coleman, a 26-year-old Jamestown resident. Further investigation included contacting the property owner, who expressed a desire to press charges against Coleman for trespassing, stating that he was not permitted on the premises. Consequently, Coleman was formally arrested for criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. Following the arrest, Coleman was transported to the Jamestown City Jail, where he is currently held pending arraignment. Well, in other news, in an incident on November 20th, 2023 at 1 a.m., Jamestown officers responded to a disturbance at a business on South Main Street in Brooklyn Square, resulting in a harassment charge against Jessica McAdoo, a 30-year-old Jamestown resident. Responding to her reports of an unwanted person causing a disturbance at a local business, Jamestown officers arrived at the scene around 1 a.m. on November 20th. The individual in question was identified as Jessica McAdoo, age 30, a resident of Jamestown. Upon locating McAdoo at the drive-thru window, officers attempted to inform her that she was not welcome at the establishment. In a turn of events, McAdoo reportedly spat directly in the face of one of the officers. The disruptive behavior had initially impeded the movement of cars through the drive-thru. McAdoo now faces a harassment charge in the 2nd degree, with the case set to be heard at Jamestown City Court. Despite the incident, McAdoo was released with an appearance ticket. Well, in other news, State Police Machias officers responded to a one-vehicle accident on State Route 16 in Machias on November 17, 2023, leading to the arrest of 75-year-old Stephen P. Crawford. Troopers, while investigating the incident, allegedly noted conspicuous signs of intoxication in Crawford. Following standardized field sobriety tests, it was confirmed that Crawford had been operating a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol. Crawford was promptly arrested and taken to State Police Machias, where a subsequent chemical breath test disclosed a blood alcohol content, BAC level, of 0.08%. He has since been released with appearance tickets from Machias Town Court, where he is scheduled to appear in December to face the DWI charges. As WNY News Now continues, Governor Hochul urges caution for Thanksgiving travel. And later, New York launches $5 million small business property improvement program. Stay with us, as WNY News Now will be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights.
Vests.
Please, give us some room.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over. When you need help,
It's our job
To help you.
to save you.
despite the danger.
this danger.
This danger is real.
Do your part.
Please.
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
Move over.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Governor Kathy Hochul urged caution ahead of Thanksgiving as extreme winter weather is expected to impact holiday travel plans across western New York and the North Counties this week.
Hello everyone. Just a reminder, we're heading into the busiest travel season of the year. And of course, Mother Nature is preparing to slam us with a massive snowstorm right here in New York at the prime peak time for holiday travel next Wednesday into Thursday. The most vulnerable areas, of course, are Buffalo and Watertown. And I wanted everyone to know that we're taking this very seriously. Our state forecasters and the National Weather Service are tracking a lake effect snowstorm. We believe it's going to have major impacts. As a result of those forecasts, I'm directing all of my state agencies from Homeland Security to DOT, Thruway Authority, National Guard, Parks, and DEC to be prepared. We are preparing for the worst case scenario and warning motorists and homeowners and people now who will be traveling locally and outside the region to alter your travel plans now. Do not make next Wednesday be your main day to travel, or else you'll get stuck. You'll be either stuck at home, not able to travel, or worst case scenario, you could be stuck on one of the roads or the New York State thruways. So sending out the message now, a preemptive warning to all New Yorkers who plan to travel over the holidays. Or if you're staying home and cooking, I would recommend getting your groceries over the weekend and not waiting till Monday or Tuesday so you don't get jammed up not having what you need for your holiday planning. So encourage people to monitor local forecasts. Stay tuned. If we need to, we'll be sending out reverse cell phone alerts to deeply affected areas to make sure everyone's ready. But we've been through this before. It was this week last year when Western New York was slammed with a 7-foot snowstorm. 2014, a similar event the same week. Because the lake was not frozen, Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, we get these really sometimes cataclysmic winter storms even before winter starts. So just wanted to remind everybody to be vigilant. We're expecting freezing rain, snow accumulations, high winds, everything you would not want to see as you're heading out for your holiday travels. But the warnings are out there, and I'm asking everyone to heed them at this time.
In other news, Chautauqua County, like many communities across the country, boasts big box stores and chain restaurants, but it's the locally owned businesses that create a unique sense of place, offering personalized services and merchandise tailored to local consumers. To further boost awareness for local businesses, the Chamber is hosting a holiday window decorating contest featuring over 80 businesses from across the county. Participants can vote through a Google map online, enhancing the festive spirit of the holiday season. Additionally, the 13th annual Holiday Open House in the Mayville-Chautauqua region involves over 24 local businesses, offering customers the chance to enter prize drawings through a punch card system. Regardless of where you reside in Chautauqua County, the appeal is to discover and support the many locally owned small businesses offering an array of fabulous holiday and gift items. The rallying cry is clear: shop small, shop local. Embrace the essence of community this Small Business Saturday and throughout the holiday season. Well, in other news, the U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand is calling on the Drug Enforcement Agency, the DEA, to reschedule marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 substance. Unlike other Schedule 1 substances like heroin, marijuana is not associated with the same acute health risks and potential for addiction and abuse. It is also shown to be effective in treating chronic pain, PTSD, and other debilitating conditions. Rescheduling marijuana to Schedule 3 would reduce obstacles to its prescription and encourage investment and research into additional medical uses. While I continue to believe that marijuana should be descheduled entirely, I am urging the DEA to, at a minimum, consider rescheduling it from Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 substance, said Senator Gillibrand. Marijuana is simply not comparable to other Schedule 1 substances like heroin, LSD, and MDMA. Moreover, marijuana enforcement has for decades disproportionately targeted communities of color. This means that people of color are more likely to have criminal records for marijuana possession and to face needless barriers to employment, housing, and educational opportunities as a result. It is past time to end overly restrictive federal marijuana policy, and I urge the DEA to do so immediately. The Controlled Substances Act, the CSA, categorizes controlled substances into 5 schedules, with Schedule 1 classification being the most restrictive. Schedule 1 classification is characterized by its stringent criteria of having no recognized medical utility and a high potential for abuse. Schedule 1 is the same classification used for heroin and LSD, and an even higher classification than medical fentanyl and methamphetamine, drugs that currently pose a serious public health crisis in our communities. Well, coming up next, the 34th Ability Awareness Awards honor achievements. But first, we return with a look at our full weather forecast.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense weather.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. We begin off with some warnings and some advisories for tomorrow. National Weather Service in Buffalo has issued a high wind warning for Chautauqua and southern Erie County from 9 a.m. Tuesday until 11 p.m. Tuesday. Sustained winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour with wind gusts as high as 50 to 60 miles per hour. These are damaging wind gusts, especially near the Lake Erie shoreline and the Chautauqua Ridge. There is also a wind advisory for Cattaraugus and Wyoming County in New York, as well as Erie County, Pennsylvania. Sustained winds of 25 to 35 miles per hour, wind gusts as high as 40 to 50 miles per hour. These kind of winds can bring down tree limbs, can bring down trees as well as power lines. So there's a possibility for some scattered power outages tomorrow. And if you're going to be driving along I-90 near the Lake Erie shoreline where those strongest gusts are, be prepared for those wind gusts that could be as high as 60 miles per hour. So it's going to be a windy day tomorrow. Taking a look at those wind gusts around noon tomorrow. Southern tier, northwestern Pennsylvania, wind gusts of 40 to 45 miles per hour. Again, those strongest wind gusts near right along the Chautauqua Ridge, Lake Erie shoreline, where they could be as high as 55 to 60 miles per hour. This, as a low pressure system moves across our region tomorrow, eventually drags a cold front through the region tomorrow night. So besides the winds, we're also going to be dealing with widespread rain tomorrow. Rainfall totals for Tuesday into Wednesday will range anywhere from about half an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain across western New York and northwestern Pennsylvania. After that cold front moves through Tuesday night, we're going to basically dry out for the rest of the week, and I'll show you that on future scan in just a moment. But first, the almanac for today made it to a high of 45 degrees yesterday in the city of Jamestown. Our low for today was 30, and the records for today 75, set back in 1931. The record low of 8, set back in 1984. So here's future scan, timing this all out. Generally cloudy skies overnight tonight. Will be a mainly dry night. The clouds will continue to increase throughout the night and then start the day off tomorrow with cloudy skies, but then widespread rain will overtake the region by 9-10 o'clock in the morning. You saw that pink across the interior southern tier. The rain might start off as a little bit of a wintry mix across the interior southern tier and then quickly change over to rain throughout the rest of the day. The rain will come to an end overnight tomorrow night for the most part as the cold front moves to the region, and then we'll have some rain showers, maybe some wet snow showers to contend with early on Wednesday, and then Wednesday afternoon will dry out. So here's your forecast for your Tuesday in full detail. Cloudy with periods of rain, strong damaging winds, especially near the Chautauqua Ridge and Lake Erie shoreline. Highs tomorrow range from the upper 40s to the lower 50s. And the rest of that 7-day outlook from Ultimate Solutions. If you remember this time last week, we were talking about the potential for a big lake effect snow event headed into Thanksgiving. That's not going to happen anymore. In fact, after a few mixed showers early on Wednesday, Thursday for Thanksgiving, and Friday are looking pretty nice across the region. Partly sunny skies, although a little bit chilly with temperatures in the lower 40s. As we head into the weekend, we'll bring in a chance for some mixed rain and snow showers possible on Saturday and Sunday, but overall it still looks mainly dry. Temperatures in upper 30s to the lower 40s through the weekend and into early next week.
Andrew, thank you. Well, last Wednesday, the Chautauqua Harbor Hotel in Celeron, New York, hosted the 34th Ability Awareness Awards organized by the Resource Center. This annual event acknowledges the remarkable accomplishments of individuals with disabilities, as well as the commendable efforts of businesses and community members improving the lives of those with diverse abilities. This year's honorees represent a spectrum of achievements ranging from personal success to outstanding community service. Michael Trusso received the Edwith Roth Mental Health Award, recognizing his notable contributions in the field. Sensei Kaizo Rugg of BDK Martial Arts was named the Elmer Munch Volunteer of the Year, emphasizing the crucial role of community volunteers. Justin Moreland was presented with the Personal Success Award, highlighting his achievements and determination. Rosanna Hatfield, LCSWR, received the Healthcare Provider of the Year Award for her outstanding contributions to healthcare accessibility for individuals with disabilities. John Felton was honored with the Bruce Wally Walford Community Service Award, recognizing his significant impact on the local community. The Mazda Chautauqua Cellars / 5 and 20 Spirits and Brewing received the Business / Employer of the Year Award for their commitment to fostering an inclusive work environment. Vicki Lynn Johnson was recognized as the Advocate of the Year, showcasing her tireless efforts in advocating for the rights and well-being of individuals with disabilities. Josh Hart received the Outstanding Achievement Award for his remarkable accomplishments. The Community Partnership Award was bestowed upon Greg Edwards and the Gebby Foundation for their collaborative efforts with the Resource Center. Victor Carras was acknowledged with the NYSID Outstanding Performer Award, highlighting his exceptional contributions to the community. The award ceremony saw the presence of local politicians who delivered speeches and presented certificates to the deserving honorees. This community-driven event reflects the collaborative efforts of various stakeholders in recognizing and celebrating the achievements of individuals with disabilities. The Resource Center, the organizer of the event, plays a pivotal role in supporting individuals with developmental disabilities. Offering both on-site and off-site programs, the center addresses the spectrum of needs from the TBI Structured Day program to employment in various aspects of physical and mental health. With over 24 residences throughout Chautauqua County, the Resource Center provides a diverse range of living options. These options cater to the unique needs of individuals, offering round-the-clock care for those with specialized requirements and support for those striving to live independently within the community. Currently serving over 5,200 individuals, the Resource Center employs approximately 1,200 people. Beyond its direct support services, the center extends its impact by providing healthcare services to the public. The 34th Ability Awareness Awards not only celebrated achievements, but also underscored the importance of community collaboration in fostering an inclusive and supportive environment for individuals with disabilities. Well, coming up next, it's time for the newest WNY News Now movie review.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
If you want to speak truth to the masses, make it funny for the classes.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
but I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
The Lakewood Cinema 8 Theater was buzzing this weekend with the premiere of Trolls Band Together and The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I ended up watching the Hunger Games film, which means it's time for the newest Western New York News Now movie review. For those unaware, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is a prequel set 64 years before the first film that focuses on Coriolanus Snow, the president of Pan Am and main antagonist of the Hunger Games trilogy, before his rise to power and his relationship with Lucy Gray, a tribute chosen to fight in the 10th annual Hunger Games. As someone who admittedly never got into the Hunger Games series, I thought The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes was really good. I think the cast did phenomenal. Tom Blyth and Rachel Zegler both gave fantastic performances as the two leads and had great chemistry between them. Josh Andres Rivera gave a great performance as Sejanus Plinth, a young man from the districts who lives in the capital thanks to his father's wealth, but is unwavering in his opposition to the Hunger Games and the treatment of those who live in the districts. Peter Dinklage was used somewhat sparingly as Dean Highbottom, the head of the Capitol Academy, but performed great when used, especially in his final scene. And Viola Davis, of course, did not disappoint as Dr. Gall, the game maker tasked with implementing the games. I think that the characterization of Coriolanus Snow was the most interesting part of the film, especially as it relates to his relationships with Lucy Gray and Sejanus Plinth. He's presented as an incredibly ambitious and calculating individual, wanting to restore his family to their former glory and taking the steps he believes will best assist in achieving that endeavor. However, he doesn't seem outright malevolent and does seem to care for those close to him. He even takes actions to help Lucy Gray that come at his own expense. It was very interesting to watch his internal struggle, which saw his ambition in conflict with his relationships, especially with Lucy Gray. There was this one shot in the movie that really stuck out to me, where Snow visits Gray where the tributes are being held at the Capitol Zoo and they converse on either side of the bars. During the scene, it's shot in a way that makes it seem that the bars are in the background and they seem to be unobstructed from each other. However, when Lucy Gray leans in towards Snow, you see him pull back and her face becomes obstructed by a bar that's actually in the foreground, symbolizing the barriers that separate them, not just of class and status, but also Coriolanus' ambitions that he is ultimately a slave to and unable to compromise. I do think that the pacing of the film was somewhat odd, as it feels like the first act kind of rushes to get to the Hunger Games section, which feels like the climax of the movie. However, then there's the third act that focuses on the aftermath of the games and Snow's completion of his narrative progression, which, while still being engaging, operates at a lowered intensity up to until the final few scenes. It wasn't a structure that I'm used to seeing with films. However, from what I've heard, the book the film is adapted from is fairly similar in that regard, so I can't really fault the filmmakers for that. I took my sister to see the film as she's a big fan of the series, and I figured she could give me some insight into how fans might like the movie, and she really enjoyed it. She thought that it was better than the previous films and that they really nailed a lot of the details without diverging from the book. She said that Snow's portrayal did him justice and that the film did a great job of igniting a feeling of antipathy towards him as the movie progresses. I also managed to interview a theater employee who's a fan of the series and hear his thoughts on the film. Okay, so what did you think of the movie?
I thought it was amazing. I thought it was a really good movie. It was probably like my third favorite, like most favorite one. Like it was because I liked the first one, and then probably Mockingjay.
Okay.
This one was really good. It was there was a lot of unexpected things going on in it, and so I don't know. It was pretty good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How did you think the cast did?
Oh, really good. I thought the actors were amazing. I don't know. I really liked the main characters. The main characters were really good. I don't know, what's the blonde guy's name?
Snow?
Yeah, Snow.
Coriolanus or something?
Yeah. So he did really good with the characters. So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of chemistry there.
Oh yeah. Definitely. And then the songbird. What's her name?
Gray.
Gray. Yeah. Lucy Gray. She had an amazing singing voice. It was great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Did you have a favorite part of the movie, or?
It was probably the part where where like they're getting attacked by the snakes, and then like she starts singing and it calms down the snakes. I thought it was really good. Yeah, that was probably one of my favorite parts.
Fantastic. So would you recommend the movie?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would go see it.
Fantastic. Anything else that comes to mind?
Not really. No, I thought it was great. You should check it out.
If you like what you hear, make sure to check out The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes while it's still in theaters. It's currently playing at the Lakewood Cinema 8 on Fairmount Avenue in Lakewood and at the Warren Mall Cinema on Market Street in Warren, Pennsylvania. And for those who might prefer something with a little more of the Christmas spirit, the Lakewood Cinema 8 is also showing Journey to Bethlehem, a new musical retelling of the Christmas story. Here's what one moviegoer had to say about the film.
I was on YouTube and I was I was like, hey you guys, there's a movie out there called Journey to Bethlehem. But all of my family are a family of believers. Mm-hmm. So for us, it like intrigued us and we loved every minute of it. I don't know what you guys, yeah.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. It was incredible.
Perfect start to the season.
It was the perfect start, but it was also, it was intense, it was funny, it was silly, it was serious, and so it just...
A nice blend of everything.
Yes.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be it for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. You can download it today for free in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. We're also on channel 716 on Roku and at channel716.com. Thank you for watching.